Hello, everyone. Oh,
Good
I'm a
evening.
hot
Hello.
mess tonight. Hello, hello. I apologize. I just jumped from one Zoom to another. Okay, let's see. All right, how's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Thumbs up. I love it. I love it. Oh, there we go. Now I'm officially Pels worthy. All right. I'll give everyone a moment to get logged in, including myself. All right. Just a here. All right. So for those of you who were with us last time, I know Sue was in there doing her learning center stuff. Good job, Sue. Did anyone else get a chance to go in there and take a look? Yeah, excellent, excellent. I love it. I love it. Great job. Great job. I know I heard from some of you that you were in there. Thank you so much. I know it's not always the most fun thing to do, but hopefully you got one or two pieces of useful information or a PDF out of it that'll come in handy. So thank you for doing that. And I know it'll serve you well when you get to your sessions at PELS. So thank you. So welcome. And again, we will be ending this evening exactly at 8 p.m. And for those who are watching this later, it will be on YouTube. Or if you just, you miss me and you want to watch it again, it'll be there for your rewatching pleasure. So for those of you who don't know, I spent last week in Orlando. Poor me. It was 90 degrees and sunny the whole time. It was awful. Let me tell you. I took one for the team and I went to Orlando for Rotary, along with my husband and over 1,000 other Rotarians for International Assembly. And it was
Wow.
amazing. Yes. So what that is it's every district governor elect from all over the world goes for training and it's not exactly a vacation. They run you pretty ragged. You're in sessions all day, every day for 5 days, and it's quite something. But it is inspiring. It's exactly what I want Pels to be for all of you. You come away pretty psyched and drinking the Kool-Aid pretty hard after that. So they do a good job. It might be the liquor, I'm not sure, but either way, you come back pretty psyched. So um, so I have, this is this is me and my hubbies with Mario. He's going to be your the Rotary International president during next Rotary year. And yeah, we got a few pictures there. Uh, and as usual, we had some fun. This is Ramesh. Remember him? You'll be meeting him in a few months. He's from the Yukon. He's another DGE. We had some fun, so I just thought I'd share some pictures so you knew that I was actually doing some work. We were in sessions. Um, yeah, more fun. But yep, so we had a great time, big hotel. But again, I hope you come away from your pals. Oh, a little bit of fun. So having a lot of fun, but getting a lot out of it too. So, they dressed us up. Don't get used to me looking that good. Um, we had cultural night. I think it's called a bindi. They dressed me up in a sari. But I haven't gotten the pictures of that yet. So, um, that's my husband, John. Hopefully you'll meet him at some point. But let me go back. So this is all the DGs from our zones, but we have three presidents of Rotary International in this picture, Mario. And Stephanie Urchek is the current president of Rotary International. And Jennifer Jones over here was president a couple of years ago, and she was also the first female president of Rotary International. So she got lots of applause. So, anywho's, again, we did do some work, so that's proof of it. And again, had some fun. So I won't keep sharing all the pictures, but I thought I'd let you know that I did get some updates from everyone. that picture in particular is a group of district governors under the age of 50. So we are expanding our reach beyond the traditional idea of Rotary. So that is good. We want to make leadership in Rotary available to everyone. It's something I believe in firmly. But again, I want you guys to come away from your PELs with as much excitement that as I had coming away from my experience at IA. And to that end, we do have we do not have presidential themes anymore, but we do have
Or,
a
oh,
presidential message, and kind of, marching orders from our president next year at Rotary International, and I will share that with you. It's a simple message. Let me share that. And
shit,
that is,
I forgot the confirmation for the in Massachusetts. Did I get the hotel? God, I hope so.
I don't know. Lynn, did you get your hotel?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can. Did you
Oh,
want? I'll check
sorry.
for you later. That's okay. But our
I think I
presidential message.
did. Sorry.
I'll check. I'll check for you later. I'll check on the hotel
Okay,
list.
thank you.
No problem. Um, our presidential message next year is simple: unite for good. So I think that's something we all do anyways. So this is what you'll be seeing next year as sort of our marching orders. But simple one, something we do anyways, but codified for the next Rotary year. So no theme. There won't be any, um, bling or anything necessarily to that effect in large part, but they did give us some marching orders to go by. So you'll be hearing more about that at PELS in a couple weeks. Um, if I seem a bit jittery, it's because there's a lot to do before I see you in Framingham, and it's a lot. So let me pause there. I'm going to take a breath and I want to ask, in between the last time we met and now, does anyone have any burning questions on their mind about PELS? So, besides Lynn and her hotel room. Okay.
Well, I just
Okay.
wanted to know what time is the first session on Thursday?
That is a great question. So, on Thursday, what's going to happen is registration will open at 3 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock, our district will be meeting in a hospitality suite and having a get to know you for about an hour and a half. And then cocktail hour for dinner will begin around 6. Dinner itself begins around 7, and that is when our first session begins. Dinner and the activity afterwards is an official part of your learning. And that is the engaging humanity session. It's DEI-ish, but it's engaging humanity. So that is an official part of your learning. And I hope you will all join us. So if you wanted a time you have to be there by, I would say between 6 and 7, but I hope you can be there for some part of the hospitality, just so you get to know each other in person beforehand. So we purposefully had those hospitality suites set up ahead of time so the districts would have a chance to meet together before dinner. So you'll know each other before you get into the larger group. Any other questions before we? All right. All right. So moving along, learning center. Oh, okay. So along with the learning center, was everyone able to log into Club Runner and myrotary.org, or does anyone have any bumps in the road with that? I see thumbs up. Thank you, Charlie. All right. So I'll assume those are all good thumbs up. Excellent. All right. So that is very important. So what we're going to do next, and let me just log into my Rotary. Oh, first I'll share my screen. And we're going to go in and actually take a quick look at goals before we move on. I know we touched upon this briefly. That's if I can find my, I was looking for your room. Oh, one more picture? More, so many. Oh, there's your mesh at Disney World. That's a good picture. All right. So let's go to my Rotary. And I cannot see you while I'm doing this. So if you have a question, please just yell it out. Okay. All right. So when you log in, you're going to scroll down and you're going to go to Rotary Club Central. That's where you're going to set and track your goals. Now, what you're going to be hearing a lot about at PELS is the action plan. And along with the action plan, Rotary International is asking you to set 3-year rolling goals. Okay. So, and again, you'll hear more about this at PELS, so don't feel that you need to be an expert yet, but those will be entered in here as well. When you come in, you probably won't have access to the current year goals unless you're president currently. Sorry, my dog is chewing at something. Apologies. But in order to set next year's goals, you'll change your year and you can see there's 25, 26, 26, 27. You won't be able to set the third year, but you can have those talks with the leadership of your club, in the future leadership of your club and set those out, but you will be able to enter 2 years worth of goals right now. So again, for you, you're going to want to go into the following year. And when you talk about the action plan, there's 4 areas, and these are those 4 areas, and the goals are aligned with those. Okay. And you'll be able to set a goal for each of those by clicking edit and entering those. Now you can see for my club, we had not selected these other goals. So in order to select a goal to set, you would obviously hit select goal and then enter it here. And so my goal for you all is that by the time we are finished with PELS, you will have set all your goals. And you'll see that some of them are marked, all of them in this section, but some of them, oh, I'm sorry, not all of them, but some of them are marked as our priority. Those are the ones that we absolutely want to have a priority for or have a goal set for. So you want to select all those in particular and then choose others. Absolutely, we want to have annual fund and Polio Plus contributions. Benefactors we'll talk about in a little bit. And then there's other goals that are also very important, but not priority goals. Okay. And then you'll see a bunch of these under each section. And again, these are aligned with the action plan. Increase our impact. Again, you're going to see more priority goals, other goals, etc. So you're going to go in there, select, enter your goals, and hit save. All right, so I don't want to do this for my president, but I'm gonna just I don't know. I'm just gonna put one just to.
April, this is Charlie from Southington.
Hey, Charlie.
Are we gonna get some guidance as to what goals should be? I mean,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Charlie, that's an excellent question. Thank you for bringing that up. So we're gonna sit down together. We're gonna spend basically one of our whole district breakouts together and talk about that. And we're gonna do it together. Okay. So our first district breakout on Friday, we're gonna sit down. Please bring a device with you so we can do this together. So a computer, I would suggest a computer and not an iPad. If you don't have one, we can share. That's fine. I have several. I'll bring a few laptops with me. Well, I have 2 or 3, but anyways, if you don't have a device to bring with you, please let me know and we'll get you one. But yeah, we'll sit down together and we'll talk about that and go through together. We'll have about an hour, so it would be helpful if you look at these and think about them ahead of time. And then if you have specific questions, be ready with those beforehand. Okay. So that's why I'm showing you now. So you can go in, look, and then have questions or be ready to go then. Feel free to enter them ahead of time. That's great. But again, to your point, Charlie, if you're like, service participation, what does that mean? I don't know what to set for that. Have that
Right.
question ready when we get together. Okay. But this is just to familiarize yourself ahead of time. So, if you look at Rotary Action Group and say, like, what's a Rotary Action Group? That's a good question to bring because probably many others in the group aren't going to know that. And we're not going to have time in these 3 sessions to go through each one of them ahead of time and do it. But that is something you'll probably learn about throughout PELS, about Rotary Action Groups and Rotary Fellowships, et cetera. So does that answer your question, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm just looking through here right now, like for example,
Mm-hmm.
new member sponsorship.
Mm,
And I opened up the arrow and I see 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24. There's no blue bar there, which means we didn't either report anything, I assume.
mm-hmm. Yep.
Excuse me, or in 24, 25, I don't see anything. So was
Mm-hmm.
there a goal set there? Is that what that means?
Yep. Probably one, there was probably no goal set. And
Okay.
number two, you either that and or it probably wasn't reported. So when you log new members, you probably didn't list a sponsor.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to do 3 years of rolling stuff if there's nothing in here last
That's right.
year.
So you may want to, you know what, Charlie, you start with one, right?
Yeah,
That's your goal for next year is just one sponsored member, if that's the case. And then, we talk about there's also going to be a tech center at PELS. So that's a great question to bring to center is how do I enter a sponsor for a new member? And club runners also going to be popping in and talking to us. Another great question for them. How do I enter a sponsor? Right. Um, so there's going to be tons of people to answer our questions when we're all together.
well,
And
let
we'll
me ask you, I mean, what's the difference between a new member and a sponsored member? Don't all members have to be sponsored?
They don't have to be. So Joe Smith can call you and say, I want to be a member of the Rotary Club, and you vote him in, and he wasn't
Okay,
really sponsored by anyone.
so that's
But
not counted here? This won't be counted?
oh, he'd be counted as a new member under your new member goals,
Oh, so
right?
this is different, this is a different
Hmm.
goal, okay.
Exactly. So a club membership goal would be, how many club members are we going to have?
Got it. Okay.
But new member sponsorship is how many new members are going to be sponsored.
I get it,
So
okay.
similar, but a little different. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So, and let's see.
Keeps your
So,
members engaged, I guess.
mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And it's, again, expanding our reach, how are we going to do that? And that's something to talk about as a club. Is something we're going to talk about extensively as a group. Um, in many different ways. Again, not something we can really dive into right now, but something I would like us to talk about as a group of leaders over the coming months as we approach our year together. So, um, and new ways that we can reach people. So, other questions about this before you get in and
Yes, April, it's Rocky
yes,
Wagner.
please. Hi, Rocky.
Hi. Went on the district website to get more information about the district conference because my wife usually likes to go if
Mhm.
there's something going on. And I didn't see a lot of information about the district conference on our district website. And I know that's one of the items about getting people to attend on the goals. So could you have to prod maybe to get some more information on that? Is that under Vinny?
Oh, yeah, Vin, you want to share some information?
The committee is in full engagement, and Alex Ruskowski is the chair, and they're doing a lot of communications. We have a number of plans, and we will have the registration on the website so that people will have plenty of time. And then once it's there, I'll be sending out an email letting everybody know that it's there so everybody can sign up. So it's a lot of work, and we don't want to release it until it's pretty well set. But we're working on it, and we're looking for sponsorships and things. But
Do we at least have the
Okay.
dates so we can start getting people excited about it?
Yes, it's May 2nd through 4th at the Holiday Inn in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. And we have a trivia night planned for Friday night, and our dinner, of course, Saturday. Our necrology for our past members on Sunday. We're going to have youth exchange. We're going to have students participating from our NREC clubs, and we're going to have opportunities to see Berkshire County. So it's going to be, and we're also going to be doing a food pack with the United Way of Berkshire County. And we have a number of service organizations that are going to be working with us so that it's going to be a combined food pack where we're in the community doing some special work. So all of that stuff is in the works, and we are on the verge of getting it out to the website. So yeah, it will be
Excellent.
there. Keep looking for it and
Thank
spread
you.
the word. Thank
Thank
you.
Great question. I love it. I popped those dates in the chat as well as the district installation date, which is Friday, the 13th of June, because of course I picked Friday the 13th. It was not on purpose. It was just the date that was available. But please mark your calendar for that as well. I was going to talk about that at the end. I will have social media posts, newsletter posts, and registration opening in the next day or two for that on the district website. Please plan to be there. That district installation is your installation. Okay, so please plan to be there with your, partners, pets, and loved ones. Well, not your pets, I mean, obviously, but have your loved ones there. Please have your club members there. You'll see on the flyer Ramesh, who I pointed out in those pictures. He's a polio survivor. He's coming from the Yukon to speak to us. And as I said, polio is one of the is going to be one of my primary focuses, and he's a great guy and a fellow DGE. He'll be speaking to us. And it's going to be a great time. So and it's the Gremio Lusitano Club is known as the Portuguese Club. For those of you who don't know, Ludlow has a large Portuguese community, and they really know how to treat people. So you're going to have some fantastic, never-ending food, and it's just going to be great. You'll love it. So, and I'll treat you to a glass of wine if you show up. So, that was my dog popping in. Sorry. Okay, baby, come on. Thank you. All right. So, I'll send you an email when that's open. So I hope you will be there so we can celebrate your installation. All right. Any other questions about goals before I move on? Sorry about the sidetrack there. All right. So please pop in and take a look. Again, that's myrotary.org. And if you have any issues logging in, please let me know. If you're not able to access your goals for 25, 26 and 26, 27, the reason is you have not been designated as PE or president for the appropriate years. I can help you with that, or your club secretary or current president can help you with that. All right. So just let me know, and or those folks, and they can designate you in Club Runner and or on My Rotary. Depending on if your club has Club Runner, it should be entered into Club Runner and it will flow to Rotary International. But if you do not use Club Runner, you can enter it directly in myrotary.org, or they can. But again, let me know if you have an issue getting in. All right. Let's see. Where are we in our agenda? Okay. So a few reminders for planning purposes. So 3 things I'd like you to start thinking about. Budgets. Woohoo! Committees. Woohoo! And event dates for your coming year. Okay. So your budget is probably, unless you're a nerd like me, a numbers nerd like I am, is probably not your favorite thing to do. But I would sit down or plan a time with your club treasurer and current president now and start thinking about your budget for next year. And going into that, I would get yourself a calendar, electronic or paper, and think about the events you want to have next year and how your budget plays into that, whether they be social or fundraising. And start marking your calendar and backtracking and planning how you have to plan for the coming year. That's something that I find challenging myself. Is, organizing my time is difficult. We're all very busy. So the earlier, the better. At PELS, you will see the district budget for the first time. You'll see it 3 times in total, once at PELS, once electronically, and once at the district business meeting at district conference, where it will actually be voted on by the official delegate of your club. But it's your budget for the district for our year together. So you will see that. So that's a guide, but I can send you if budgeting is something that's newer to you or your club and you need something to look at. I can send you either my club's budget or the district budget to use as a template. Let me know. You know how to get a hold of me. And also, again, your committees. Every club is different. What I would suggest is obviously you probably already have a board of directors. Some clubs have many, many, many committees. However, I would think about obviously filling your board of directors and start thinking about succession planning now. What I mean by that is start thinking about developing the leadership for the year after yours. It's never too soon if you haven't already. Some clubs have 3 and 4 years out or 5 years. Other clubs like mine are still, it's always a challenge to get that person. You're running up against the clock. So the sooner you start thinking about it and looking around your club and developing those folks who you think may be good leaders for future years, the better. We'll talk more about that at PELS as well. Other committees, obviously, you have different events that need committee chairs, stuff like that. The one that you'll hear most about from Rotary International and is vitally important currently in North America is your membership committee. If you don't have a membership committee, now is a good time to think about one. If you need assistance identifying somebody in your club, or you just want to chat about who a good person for that would be, talk to one another. If you have a strong membership committee and you think that's something your club does very well, let the group know. And maybe you can be a mentor for other clubs who are struggling in that area. The more we can help each other out, the better. But I'd like us to share ideas in that regard. So, something to think about. Again, service projects, finance committee, or, sometimes that's just your treasurer, but obviously that's vitally important for the health of your club as well. Any other suggestions? Or I know there's a lot of other committees and many other clubs, but those are the ones that I'd like you to just start thinking about right now. Okay, great. All right. I'm running through and then we're going to have some time for questions. All right. And again, my last order of business this evening, my last official order of business this evening was the district installation, which again will be on Friday, the 13th of June at 7 p.m. at the Gremio Lusitano, also known as the Portuguese Club in Ludlow, which is my home club. And again, you will be treated to a lot of food, a lot of fun, and a very moving presentation by my friend Ramesh from the Yukon, who's a polio survivor and advocate. And it's gonna be great. Oh, and I'm sorry, it's not at 7 p.m. It starts at 6 p.m. My apologies. So now. Final warning, PELS registration closes tomorrow at midnight, as does hotel registration. Has anyone not registered, had issues registering, anything of the sort? Okay. Wow. All right. Excellent. All right, Hunter. Yes. I'll get you an answer on that. All right. I am making great time tonight. You guys have been super quiet. Far more quiet than I had anticipated. So I planned on more questions. So I'm going to open it up to questions. Who out there is having any challenges? This is a safe space. I can even stop the recording if you'd like. No, everything's perfect. Nothing.
Well, I have a challenge with succession.